Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Yashika Guleria, Assistant Professor Commerce, Government College Arki, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla. Today we are going to talk on module Values and Socio-Cultural Environment from paper Human Values and Indian Ethos. After studying this module, you will be able to understand first, meaning of values. Second, Indian philosophy and values. Third, elements of culture. Fourth, business and culture. Fifth, effects of socio-cultural environment on business. Let's start with the introduction part. Ancient Indian culture and philosophy is based on strong foundation of long admired and adopted ethics, ethos and values. India is a large secular country made with the combination of diverse culture, religions, caste, culture and rituals. For this reason, India is famous for its unity in diversity. The culture prevalent in India is the way of living of the people residing here. Languages, religions, dance, music, architecture, food and custom differ from place to place within the country. The Indian culture is often termed as the amalgamation of several other cultures span across the Indian subcontinent and is influenced by history that is several millennia old. There are many special features of an Indian diverse culture that have a profound impact on all over the world in general and on Indian business paradigm in particular. Coming on to the meaning of values. Value is the worth of a thing, object or an idea. A value can be considered as a belief, mission or a philosophy that is meaningful. Every individual has a core set of personal values which he or she follows, but sometimes not consciously aware of them. Values can range from simple and a common aspect to the more complicated psychological aspect. Thus, values can be said to be the state of feelings or emotions that influence the choice or decision and determine the manner of using the intellect for justifying the choice or decisions. In other way, values are the basic fundamental beliefs that an individual thinks to be true. They are the set of belief through which a person looks at all the things and also at the world at large. Values are thus said to be the guiding principle in one's life by which an individual make a choice of decision regarding good or bad, right or wrong, and more important of all to less important. Therefore, values are laudable, worthwhile objectives and goals in human life which brings peace, progress and prosperity in one's life. Moving on to discuss the Indian philosophy and values. The Indian philosophy encourages the holistic development of an individual. The spiritual growth of an individual is not diverse from its professional growth. India is one of the few countries having the longest history of unbroken continuity of culture, tradition and ethos. In this present scenario, management is something new to the Indians. In this regard, the role of Vedas is very essential. The Vedas give an ethics of overt duties rather than inner virtues, an ethics of doing rather than being, and all duties are clearly directed towards worldly end. The Dharam Shastra also preach an externalist ethics, where inner motive or intentions of the doer does hardly seem to constitute the rightness and wrongness of the action done by him. The Dharam Shastra are more or less given to us in the form of a legal conduct, although at times it talks about inner purification. Purity of motive and intention is also necessary for doing moral act. Only overt acts will not do. In the Upanishad and later in the Bhagavad Gita and other system of Indian thought, what is more important in ethical consideration are not the external acts but the inner dispositions which prompts the act. Sins is not merely failure to do the right, but failure to let good intention to act. According to the Buddhist and Jain outlook, actions are good or bad, not in terms of the external consequences they produce, but the inner motive which prompts them. In other words, it is the purity or impurity of motive which decides whether an action is right or wrong. However, neither Buddhism or Jainism fully ignores the importance of consequences in judging an action to be right or wrong. Their attitude seems to be that only consequences do not determine the rightness or wrongness of an action. To discuss some of the definitions of culture. Culture can be defined as the characteristics of a particular group of people, defined by their language, religion, cuisine, social habits, music, and arts. Culture is universal among all human groups and even exists among some primates. All cultures have to provide for the physical, emotional, and social needs of their members, inculcate new members, resolve conflicts, and promote survival for their members. Culture is the system of knowledge shared by a relatively large group of people. Culture is communication and communication is culture. Or to make a discussion on the elements that constitute the culture. It includes at least 3 elements. First, knowledge and belief. This refers people's prevailing notion of reality. These include myths and metaphysical belief as well as scientific realities. Second, ideals. The ideal refer to norms of society which define what is expected, customary, right or proper in a given situation. Third is the preferences. It refers to those things in life which are attractive or unattractive as object of desire, which may differ between culture. To discuss the characteristics of culture, it has 5 basic characteristics. First one, that culture is learned. It is not biological and we do not inherit it. Much of learning culture is unconscious. Second, culture is shared. Because we share culture with other members of our group, we are able to act in socially appropriate ways as well as predict how others will act. Third, culture is based on symbols. A symbol is something that stands for something else. Symbols vary across culturally and arbitrary. Fourth, culture is integrated. This is known as holism, or the various parts of a culture being interconnected. The fifth feature, that is, the culture is dynamic. This simply means that cultures interact and change. Because most cultures are in contact with other cultures, they exchange ideas and symbols. Moving on to discuss the correlation between the business and the culture. Culture characteristics are very important in formulation of business strategies. The cost of ignoring customs, traditions, taboos, taste and preferences etc. can be very high. The interface between business and culture can be understood from following points. They are: culture creates people. It is the culture which generally determines the ethos of people. It tends to train people along with particular lines, which puts a personality stamp on them, like Indian, like American, Britishers, Japanese, etc. They are subculture within a culture. When people with different cultural background promote, own and manage organizations, then the organization themselves tend to acquire distinct culture, like culture of Tata Group of companies is different from that of Birlas. Culture promotes at least 4 functions. 1. Culture distinguish between one organization to the other. Second, it conveys a sense of identity for organization members. Third, it helps in creating a sense of commitment to do something nobler than one's own interest. And fourth, and the last, it enhances social system stability. So, we can say that culture acts like social glue that helps hold the organization together by providing appropriate standard for behavior of member of organization. Second is the culture and globalization. As one moves from one country to another, there comes an element of cultural shock, that is a confusion, a sense of disorientation or an emotional upheaval. For example, an executive transferred from India to Japan will require a lot of adjustments to make. So, to overcome this cultural shock from one country to the other which one person is facing, there is a need for understanding and appreciating cultural differences across the countries. Third, attitude to business. Businessmen must have some basic set of philosophies to guide their action. Beliefs, value system concerning what is right and what is wrong are basic to business activity. Attitude of people towards business is largely determined by their culture. Fourth, attitude to work. How a worker looks at his work depends on his culture. Motivation, morale, and other related aspects of human resource management are based on workers' attitude towards his or her work. Japanese have achieved progress because of their commitment to work. Fifth, culture determines goods and services. The type of clothes people wear, the food they eat, the building material they use to construct houses vary from culture to culture and time to time within the same culture. Business should realize these cultural differences and bring out products accordingly. Sixth, ambitions. An ambitious person is highly motivated. He or she has a strong urge to excel and is prepared to change the organization. Economy also become vibrant if a major portion of the population is of ambitious person. Seventh is the education. In traditional society, education was a preserve of Brahmins. Things have changed over the passage of time. Educational institutions have come up now in all concerns of the country, and now we have more number of primary school than USSR and USA put together. Education benefits business. Business in turn has responded and started supporting education. This support is manifested in starting and maintaining educational institutes, sponsoring employees for continuing education and bearing the cost of the education of employees' children. Eighth is the family. The family is one of the chief agencies of social life. The family is important for various reasons such as inheritance, property rights, protection, morality, care of sick and aged, and the transmission of cultural values. Nuclear families have become common now in our society in place of the joint family system that existed earlier or in the ancient time. With big families being broken up, family business is slowly turning into limited companies. All these developments are important to business. Ninth, ethics in business. Ethics refer to the code of conduct that guides an individual in dealing with others. Ethics is important for the reasons that it corresponds to basic human needs. Value create credibility with the people. Values give management credibility with employees. Values help better decision making. Ethics and profit go together. 10th is the time dimension. It refers to people's orientation, past, present, and the future. Time dimension is another aspect of culture that influences business. Societies which are oriented towards past tend to preserve past heritage. Our society is a good example of past and future orientation. 11th, religion and business. Religion plays an important role in one's life. It disciplines an individual to lead an orderly life. The major religions across the world are Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism. Every religion is further subject to further stratification. Like our society, it has been stratified into 4 major castes, and they are Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Religion influences business to a great extent. In business, boss-subordinate relationship, attitudes of people towards business, and many other issues depend on religious belief. 12th, marriage. Marriage is a social institution which results into a well-settled life. Systematized and organized activities and multiplication of people. Though traditional objectives of marriage are prevalent even today, but institution of marriage can affect the economy. A career-oriented, well-settled career woman may have to leave her job after marriage for change of place or otherwise. There is a great loss to the society and ultimately to the economy. Cultural resources. Cultural resources means heritage, and our country is rich in cultural heritage. Southeast Asia and Central Asia received culture from India along with other things like rice, cotton, sugarcane, spices, and even game of chess. Even decimal system is the invention of Indian mathematicians. Sanskrit literature is one of the greatest contribution India has made to the culture of mankind. Useless Ancient Indian culture has vanished and the whole of India is changing like animal sacrifices. Sati Pratha are no more in existence now, but cultural tradition of India continues. Now, it is very important to know the effect of social cultural environment on business. As the business works within the society, it is important that businesses do not exist in a vacuum. And even the most successful business must be aware of changes in the cultures and societies in which it does business. As society and culture changes, businesses must adapt to stay ahead of their competitors and stay relevant in the minds of their customers. Changing preferences, demographics, advertising techniques, internal environment. Now, let's have a look on the participation of business in cultural affair. The first thing is to support to cultural activities. Business helps in encouraging and promoting cultural activities like sponsoring cultural programs through radio and television, sponsoring awards for excellence, employing artists and musicians, organizing exhibitions, sponsoring Sangeet Sammelans, etc. The second thing, beautification of designs of building. Beauty of buildings was not considered important factor in designing and constructing of buildings. But now, buildings are constructed for factories keeping in mind budget along with the aesthetic value. If factories are aesthetically designed and well beautified, then employees feel more satisfied working in such factories and their efficiency also increases besides reducing labor turnover rate. Moving on to summarize the whole session, values are laudable, worthwhile objectives and goals in human life which brings peace, progress and prosperity in one's life. Culture or civilization is that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, law, morals, customs and any other capabilities and habits acquired by man as a member of the society. Culture characteristics are very important in formulation of business strategies. The cost of ignoring these customs, tradition, taboos, taste and preferences etc. can be very high. As society and culture changes, businesses must adapt to stay ahead of their competitors and stay relevant in the minds of their customers. Thank you.